So after months and months, we now have what I consider one of the biggest updates, both to the Wolf launcher and also to Launcher Manager. I mean, just so many bug fixes, so many tweaks, and just big changes. Like now, for example, I can press the context key, go to Android settings, and I now have a direct shortcut to take me to the application store. So some of you guys will know that once you disable the stock launcher, there's no way for you to access the Amazon App Store until you enable the stock launcher again. But as we can see with the latest update from Wolf, I can now click on this and this takes me straight into the Wolf launcher. So in this video today, let me show you all of the new features of the Wolf launcher and Launcher Manager, and I'll show you how you can get this on all of your devices. All you need to do is just hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So with all of that being said, let's get started. If you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with the latest tech tutorials, the latest firestick, Android and Android TV tips and tricks, then please do subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's a small click from you, but it makes a big difference to me. Thank you. Now I'm doing my demonstration on the Amazon 4K Fire Stick, but you can follow this process on any other Amazon device as long as it runs Fire OS 6 or higher or any Android TV device. Now to start the process, we can see on my device, I've already customized the Wolf launcher. I have these rounded looking tiles, I have a custom background, and I have a custom icon on the top left, and I will be showing you how we can change that. Now to start the process, you want to open up your favorite browser. So on the Amazon device, I'm going to use Downloader. Let's click on that, and let's now make a connection to my website, which is just tdoctoruk.com, or you can type in the short code 53402. and click on go, or just press the play button on the remote. Now this will take you straight to my website, and when you get there, you want to head over to the hamburger menu, which is the one with the 3 lines. Click on that and then click on tutorials. Let's do that now. So here is the hamburger menu. Let's click on that, and let's now click on tutorials. And what I've actually done is I've updated the old tutorial with the new files, and I've moved it to the top of the list. So if you scroll down, we can now see that the Launcher Manager for Fire OS 6 and Android TV devices is now at the top of the list. So let's open that up. Let's scroll down. And we now have some new files. And the other key thing, which lots of you on Amazon devices with the new home screen complained about, that as soon as you enable the Wolf launcher, when you reboot the device, it basically takes about 2 minutes before you see the home screen. And that has also been fixed by Wolf, so he really has done a phenomenal job. Let's scroll down, and we now have the software. So here is the latest Launcher Manager for Fire OS devices, and the latest version is 1.10. Now if you do have the older version, you can install this over it. So let's now click on that, and let's click on that green download button, and this will now download the application directly onto your device. We can click on install, we can click on done. We can delete the installation file, click on delete again. Let's now go back, and we can now get the latest version of the Wolf launcher, which we can see here, which is 0.1.9. Now again, if you have the older version of Wolf launcher, you can install the latest version on top of it. But once again, very importantly, always make sure that you install the Wolf launcher and also the Launcher Manager on your internal storage, because there's just been too many cases in the past where people have installed this to a USB drive, and then if the USB drive becomes corrupted or they lose the drive or something happens, that basically means that the device now has no launcher it can use. So again, always install a custom launcher and the Launcher Manager on your internal storage. Okay, let's now click on Wolf 0.1.9, and let's now click on download. And I will actually demonstrate the restart process, because that boot delay really did cause issues for lots of people. Lots of people were affected by it. So I do want to demonstrate that that issue has now been properly resolved. So let's click on install, give that a second. I can now click on done. Let's now press the home key. And here we can just confirm that Launcher Manager is running version 1.10. So we can confirm this is the latest version. Let's now open that up. Here it is. So on the left, we can see that the current launcher is the KFTV launcher, which is the stock Amazon launcher. Now when you want to enable your custom launcher, you can click up here and select the option Enable Custom Launcher. Let's do that now. And when you do this for the very first time, you will see the ADB prompt asking you that, do you authorize this connection? So click on yes and click on always allow. Okay, we can see that the Wolf launcher is now set. I can now press the home key, and just like that, no more adverts, no more sponsored content. I now have a custom launcher that I can fully customize and really just take control of my Amazon device again. Okay, so I'm not going to go over the old stuff on how you can change the background because I have covered that in multiple videos, but a couple of things that you may not know. So for example, how do we change that logo on the top left? Well, if you press the context key, which is one with the 3 lines, alternatively, you can just long press the select button. So let's try that one instead. So long press here. We now see the menu. Now if I click on other settings, we can see we now get the option to change the logo of the Wolf launcher. So some of you may prefer a different logo, and some of you even asked that how can we turn the logo off. So if that's your use case, you can click on remove logo, click on save, and you now have the Wolf launcher with no logo. So again, very, very easy to customize, and you can choose whichever logo you want from that list. The other thing you may not know is how you can actually customize these tiles. So by default, they look like this. Now, if you want to make the tiles smaller or make them rounded, what you can do is we can see that this is the application section. So now if I press the context key or long press the select button, let's do that now. I can now go over to launcher settings. I'm going to go to sections. In this example, we're trying to modify the application section. Let's click on that. Now, first thing we can customize here is we can see that the width is 7 columns. But for example, if I go to the right, we can see just like that, we can actually make the icons very, very small. Now, depending on the size of your TV or how you like your setup, some of you may actually prefer to have this because now we can see literally on one screen without scrolling down, we can now see all of our favorite applications. But I think that's a little bit too small for me, so I'm going to go back to launcher settings, sections, applications. I'm just going to maybe put this down to, I think 8 is okay for me. Let's back out of that. Now, if you want to reorder the sections, like let's say for example, I want to move the applications one level up. If you go to manage sections, we can see that if I now click on applications, I can now press up to move that up. Let's just move it one more up. Click on that. So we now have streaming, applications, then utilities, and then tdoctoruk. Let's click on close. And we can see just like that now, guys, that order has now been changed. Now, if you don't like these square looking tiles and you want more of a rounded tile like this, you can again go to any of the icons or any of the tiles, long press the select button or the context key. Let's go to configure, change the border radius. So if I go to the right now, we can see as I'm going to the right, that's basically rounding off or smoothing off the corners. So I personally left mine at 50 for the ones I wanted round. And we can see that now has a more rounded, sort of smoother looking tile. So again, it is a personal preference. And of course, if you want to access those standard Amazon settings, you can press the context key or long press again, go over to Android settings. And we can now see that, for example, if I want to change my applications, I can click on that. Takes me to all of my installed applications. It's working great. Let's press back. If I want to go to my Fire TV, I can click on that. Takes me straight there. And now with this new update, we also have the ability to access the Amazon App Store. So let's click on that. So even though we've disabled the stock launcher, we still have access to the Amazon App Store. Now, unfortunately, what we don't have is the ability to search. So Sweenwolf is still working on that bit. But I mean, as a whole, the fact that I can now go over to categories, I can go over to games, for example. So I do basically have access to the entire Amazon App Store. I just can't search at the moment. So hopefully with the future fix, he can also get that sorted. Let's back out of that. Now, one slight bug I've noticed with this release, Launcher Manager 1.10, is if you click on equipment control, it takes you to the App Store. So that is one bug I've noticed, and hopefully he will be fixing that shortly. Let's press the home key. If I now just press and hold the play and the select buttons to force a restart. Okay, I can now bring up a stopwatch just to show you the time. And if any of you guys are still here with me, then if you drop a like on this video and leave the comment hashtag WolfTV, then I know you made it this far in the video, which I always appreciate. I'll then heart your comment. There we go. So it's taken just over 39 seconds to restart, whereas before it literally was 2 minutes plus. So the boot delay issue has also been fixed with this update. So Wolf Launcher is a great option. It's so much faster than the stock launcher. It gives you the ability to have those custom wallpapers. You can add custom sections. Of course, you don't see any adverts, no sponsored content, and it really just makes your device perform so much better than the native Amazon launcher. So that's all for this video, guys. Many thanks for watching. Do leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about this fix, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.